Welcome to the SANE Show, episode 18. Your host, Cliff. This is a show about nothing and everything. It's always, it's always going to be back on the mic. I got the homie with me, Skate Be Dope. What's going on, bro?
Hey man, blessed to be alive. Waking up for another day, just enjoying this whatever I can make it Saturday. You know,
I hear you, man. I actually enjoy recording on Saturdays. I don't know why. I guess because it's like with the week, not on the weekdays. There's so much
yeah,
going on, and Saturday's like a chill day.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, I'm sleeping in. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I wake up. This is the first thing. Like, okay, SANE Show. Just take my time and do that.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, man. So today we're gonna talk about adulting, growing up without, and then of course we're gonna have our trending topic, and after that discussion, we're gonna ask Skate some questions. You guys get to learn a little bit about him,
Oh
his
yeah.
music, and everything that goes along with that. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Adulting, and I know before the recording, and also in previous conversations, one of the things you were talking about was like the fear of getting married. And when,
Oh yeah.
when it's so funny. I remember when I saw that, and I was still
yeah.
working on topics for us to talk about, and I saw that, and I was like, yo, I remember, you remember my comment, I was like, yo, thanks for the idea, that's what we're gonna talk
yeah.
about now. So here we are with that, so I'm excited to get to it. But I'm in an interesting point myself as well, being in a committed relationship, and
Yeah.
thinking about taking those next steps. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. So I guess what's your take on all of that as far as this whole thing of adulting that we all talk about so much?
When the word adulting, what is okay? What is the meaning of it so I can give more of my
Well, how
opinion?
I wouldn't particularly say there's a meaning.
Okay.
I would more so say just the idea of growing up,
Okay.
doing
Okay.
doing, because
Gotcha.
when I hear people talk about adulting, they're usually talking about like they're doing more adult things,
Gotcha.
like early stages, paying bills,
Gotcha.
got a real job or whatever,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I feel like with adulting, man, you actually well, I feel like with adulting, you really understand what your mom be talking about when you're younger, and when you get older, it's like, damn, I realize what my parents been talking about this whole time. When you get older and
Yeah,
realize certain stuff, then you got bills, and then credit, and
right,
then you just making the best of yourself in this world, because the world's getting crazy, and
right,
so you just I don't know, it can be fun, and I feel like adulting is what you make it. You now the decisions you make will determine your future in life.
yeah,
As far as with anything,
yeah,
financially, or just making just common sense human, choices.
right,
So
right.
like that.
It's funny because I don't know, like you ever sit around with your peoples and you talk,
Yeah.
you be like, dang man, like
And then the
these
crazy thing
bills.
about that,
Yeah.
I put on my status Facebook a couple days ago, like I downloaded the app Stars on my phone, and y'all watch movies. I
Yeah.
happened to watch Cop and a Half, which I've
Mhm.
been watching for years when I was younger. But once you get older, I guess in the adulting stage of hearing shit,
Yeah.
you actually understand the adult jokes
Right.
that fly past your head when you was
Yo,
younger.
I think I saw
I
you
was
put
like,
that up.
holy
Yeah.
shit! Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Right.
crazy. But rest in peace to Burt Reynolds, man. I didn't even know that was him in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But stuff like that. And then the one thing I kind of compared, which when you know better, you do better. But
Right.
everybody time is different than others. Like for instance, high school. I wouldn't say that's quite adulting, but you getting prepared for the real world.
Right.
And then, for an example, high school credits. I recommend anybody take that shit seriously because that's basically the perfect example of getting ready for the real world credit as far as trying to buy shit.
Right.
So if you're not taking it serious in high school, just imagine how the real world would treat you if asking about credit.
It's so funny you say that though, because at the same token, because we talk about how people talk about how high school didn't prepare them
Yeah. Oh
properly for the
man,
world.
I realize that now with a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit.
Yeah.
Just responsibility.
Right.
Responsibility, and you can really relate everything to, most people say, school didn't teach you this or that, but it's just certain human tools that you need as far as dealing with the real world that I
Right.
feel like school, get you prepared for.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hate that they kind of took home ec away from schooling, because I remember home ec used to be a thing in school.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, man, as far as just responsibility, man, just dates for projects, whatever. I mean, just take that in consideration of getting prepared for bills when you got to pay bills. You know, just anything. So
Yeah, because I'll say one of the big things for me, it's something I always did in college, and I try to do it in high school too.
Yeah.
Is like always trying to take what I learned and apply it to life.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's like if you know, it's like it's one thing just see it in the book, and really,
Yeah.
you know, I always talk about how like the stuff you see in the book is nothing but theory, man.
Yeah.
Like, got to be able to apply that stuff to life.
Yeah.
You know, and again, just like all the different skills that you learn. Like that's why I love sports. Like
Oh,
sports teaches you how to
Yeah.
helps teach you how to be a better person, a team
Better
player, most
leadership.
importantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know, I think about the relationships I have with people,
Yeah.
and you know, having a career in sales, having that mentality, being disciplined, and
Yeah.
learn, knowing how to be on time and all that kind of stuff. So.
What?
Yeah.
Because now I'm the oldest, and my 14-year-old sister, she go to Northwest now, and anything I just tell her, I'm like, man, just make sure you stay on top of your work. Anything you don't understand, find some type of way, whatever it is, tutoring, extra time at the class, whatever. Just make sure you understand what goes on, because in the real world, it's about the same. And she learning how to drive now, and I just relate everything to the tools she used in school, and to get her ready for what goes out here in the real world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just tell her, stay on top of your credits. You in that lane where you're almost up there.
Yeah.
You about to start paying taxes pretty soon.
Right. Exactly.
Job, whatever. Just it is what it is. I don't say nothing to scare her, but I just try to tell her stuff that from certain naive mistakes I made. Because
Yeah, I totally get you, and one of the things I always talk about as far as like relationships.
Yeah.
Me and my girl, we dated in high school.
Nice.
We broke up for a few years, and then we're now dating again. But
that's
one
true
of
love
the
right
things,
there.
yeah. But here's the crazy part about it. So it's different now.
Yeah.
It's different. Like we
It's
grown,
totally
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we grown, we got careers.
Yes.
And it's like, yo, this ain't play. Like
Yeah.
this is for real. And I was telling somebody on a previous recording, and a lot of people give me flack about this, but it's like, yo, a relationship as an adult is almost like a business, man. Like,
Yeah, man. Because
go ahead.
like, man, you honestly in a relationship, I feel like you need your best friend. You need that one person out in this world full of, cause I mean, like out in this world, man, nobody don't give a damn about you.
Right.
So you need that one person by your side that's everything, your best friend,
Yeah.
your business partner. That's not gonna pretend, that's gonna give you the real.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
that love is pure and 100% real.
Right.
So I get now why some women be like, oh, it's hard to find this and that, because the way the world is and the way social media and all this perception of this bullshit is set up, man. It's hard to find that real one.
It is. It is.
And me, I'm proud to be part of the faithful male community. It ain't shit out there. It ain't shit out there, man.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
being a stepdad.
I can only imagine. I can.
For real. Like, I'm just trying to, at this point, start a foundation with something, leave
Right.
my family something, or be the first to, and my family become some type of successful, whatever it is.
I hear you, man.
know?
I hear you. I know for me, it's like, because, I think about the people that came before me and my family, and it's just like, for me, it's like, I want to, even, because, there's a lot of successful people that, but it's like, I want to surpass them.
Yeah.
Like, because they, they taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And they've helped me along the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, now my expectation for myself is to be in a position to be past them. That way, when I have kids, like, okay, like, so and so was doing this.
Yeah.
But I stepped up. They see me go and take the next leap, and it's like, okay, and inspire them to want to do the same thing. Because when I think about it, it's like when I have my kids, like I want them to do just as well at whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
same way I did with everything else that I'm doing. So
Yeah, man.
yeah.
And just me and being the oldest, man, I got to set an example
Right.
No excuses about it. I gotta set an example, and to show them that you can do it too.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like if I can help you in any kind of way, just let me know. Cause
Exactly.
I'm gonna make it to where you gonna earn it, you gonna work for it, but I'm gonna make sure you have those connections to where people take you serious about what you're trying to do.
Right. Yeah, man, I'm with it. I'm with it. So let's go ahead and hop into our trending topic. This one's actually pretty funny right here. And this, unlike all the previous episodes, this one didn't come from What's Trending. It actually came from BuzzFeed. What's Trending finally let me down. So I had to go elsewhere. And this one's actually pretty funny. It is of a BuzzFeed article. Would you eat any of these truly disgusting pizzas? I'm going to quickly run through them. You got an avocado pizza, spaghetti pizza. You got pickle pizza. You got hot dog pizza. What else? Ketchup pizza. Like little CC's right now. Mayo. Darn. Baked bean. Banana. Strawberry. Pineapple. Candy corn. Yeah, candy corn. Egg pizza. Gummy bear pizza. Orange pizza. Peanut butter pizza. The little peeps from, little Easter candy, candy cane, and that's it.
Well, I'm going for the spaghetti. Well, matter of fact, if I had to, spaghetti, and I feel like the ketchup pizza is basically tomato sauce anyway.
Right.
It's like one of the things you at a party and your ketchup tend to touch the pizza and like whatever I eat it.
There's one that's not on the list that I think should be on the list. That's the what's the pizza? Barbecue.
You know what? Barbecue not bad.
Nah, but when barbecue pizza first came out, I'm like, man, who put barbecue? Like, who put? You know what I mean? Like, you put barbecue on chicken?
They actually got at Papa John's. They got a sauce that's like a hamburger sauce. It took me by surprise when I had ate it one time, but they got a hamburger sauce type pizza instead of tomato sauce. It's like some hamburger sauce.
Yeah.
So it took me by surprise as far as with my taste buds and whatnot.
And I wouldn't be surprised if any of these pizzas that we see on this list make it into pizza restaurants or Papa John's, Domino's, whatever.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see the spaghetti being an Italian special for somewhere in a pizzeria. I can see that. And then somebody's gonna try to do the candy corn or the Easter. I know somebody's gonna do the Easter with the peep candies. It's gonna be a kid thing.
Now that I think about it, I could see the mayo being one too because people was eating. Well, I'm not saying mayo,
ranch.
Ranch.
It was ranch.
Yeah, ranch.
But
ranch.
I wouldn't put it past nobody to put mayo on it. But it was ranch. I couldn't see how people eat that shit, man.
Yeah. It's so oh man, that's a pizza I would eat. They probably already got that. Somebody's got to have it.
Just
like ranch pizza.
People used to put hot sauce on chips. God,
hot sauce.
Damn, man.
Yeah, 'cause you got buffalo. That's the thing. So now that I'm not gonna lie. When we first looked at this list, I was like, yo, this is crazy and bizarre. But now that I think about it, when you got thinking about all of these different kinds of pizza that you got out here now, there's no surprise. And
man,
it's just because you got buffalo chicken, you got ranch, mushrooms, and I'm pretty sure when some of these other pizza flavors came out, people was like, yo, that ain't, that's not appetizing, man. So
somebody like it somewhere.
Off this list though, I would go with the beans pizza because I'm trying to be healthy and beans, fiber.
Hey, I like the as long as on the Bush vegetarian beans, we in the game.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one. Heck, I mean, you even got this hot dog pizza right here. It's almost like a sausage pizza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, a hot dog and a sausage basically the same thing. They just taste different. So,
it's crazy.
That was a good trending topic. So that was our trending topic, brought to you by BuzzFeed. Everybody's familiar with BuzzFeed. So I'm not even gonna tell y'all where to find them because everybody should know by now. If you ain't familiar with them, then oh well. So let's go ahead and get into our next topic. Growing up without.
Gotcha.
This is actually something that I think about a lot. you know, and I always say, it's not like I didn't grow up not having anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, there were some things, of course, that I desired to
Yeah.
have that I didn't have, and which
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with, because you know, it's like,
Yeah.
when you want something, you go figure out how to go and get
Exactly.
it. And for me, it's like, I guess it's like having it gave me, I guess, that hustle that I have now.
Yeah, you appreciate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, just teaching me how to work, because I
Yeah.
and you know, I say this time and time again to people, like, yo, when I have kids, and you know, hopefully I can give them everything I want them to have, and some of the things that they want to have, without spoiling them too much. But you know, and at the same time being able to teach them, have them develop that mentality, like, yo, you're not gonna get everything. Or everything's not going to be handed to you.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta go out and get it yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Shit, growing up without, man, I feel like that instills you with a lot of mental determination to get whatever it is that you missing, lacking, and it don't have to be in a good way, it don't have to be in a bad way. Just certain stuff that you desire. Like, for instance, me, I grew up on the west side. I guess you can call it the hood or the urban community, whatever, blah, blah. But, like, certain stuff I grew up without, it didn't affect me as much until you get older, and then you realize certain stuff. But with the way you turn out as far as making something of yourself, it makes it a little easier to get whatever you want without doing it the way that comes with consequences. You know?
Right.
But either way, you appreciate what you have. You appreciate what you get. Because there's one thing my dad always told me that still in my head today makes me realize, like, damn, he was telling the truth. Like, for instance, most people, their parents get them a car. Okay, it's a car. But when you actually have to get a job, 2 jobs, whatever, and actually save up to get that car, you'll appreciate it more. You won't have people sitting on your car, or ashes here, or just, you'll cherish that car because you took your hard-earned money and bought the car. You know?
Right.
But, you know, with somebody that just parents gave them a car, whatever, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's really no appreciation. They just feel like they obligated just to have a car.
Right.
When you actually work for something, you like, damn, this is mine. Like, just with sports.
Yeah.
You work hard, you got a trophy. You probably look at that trophy all day. You won't even miss a sleep just standing there looking at that trophy.
Right.
That's something that you earn.
Yeah.
You know, you work hard, you put in the dedication, blood, sweat, and tears, or whatever it is, just to get that. And
Right.
growing up without, don't look at it as a lesser thing. Just look at it as like, because everything repeats itself year around, year around, year around. So growing up without doesn't mean that you're less than somebody or greater than somebody. Just growing up without, you know what you want when you reach that certain point of, I guess, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is. It can be mental, financially, or spiritually. You know, you'll find it within time, because you know, they say time don't wait for anybody, but there's also that time where you got to develop certain things about yourself or certain things in the world or universe to get what you want.
Right.
You know.
Right. I agree. You definitely said some good things there. I even, you know, it even makes me think about, because I didn't work at all when I was in high school, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember, like, sometimes I'll be thinking, like, dang, man, like, why didn't I get a job sooner? You know, like, I could have had a little bit of money stacked away. You know, I didn't have my first job until sophomore year of college, and I worked at a warehouse. I was working third shift.
Oh, I never did third shift,
bro. And man, I hated it. I did, but it made me appreciate the opportunities that I had before me. I'm just thinking, I do remember though, like, because, you know, we were coming up at a time where the economy was slowing down. We experienced a great recession, and that was the reason I couldn't find a job. Like, I remember I was trying to get in at Bojangles, you know.
Oh man, what? I remember them days. God, man, I had so many odd jobs. It's ridiculous, but.
And it's like I couldn't. Not that I couldn't find work, but nobody was really hiring. Yeah. And, you know, with the economy going down, you had a lot of these older people and then overqualified people going and taking these jobs because they needed work. They had bills to pay, and little old me that's in high school that don't have any kind of responsibilities. Yeah. You know, they're like, man, you can wait in line and whatever. But what that did for me was that pushed me in the direction of being an entrepreneur. Nice. That's something I think about, because one of the things I did, I remember, I think it was I started it my sophomore year, and then I planned it, or it came to fruition my junior year. I did like a walkathon, teamed up with Corey Y over there off the Ford.
Nice.
I didn't make any money off of it, but it's like, it was like, that was their first walkathon. And so I helped make that happen.
Yeah.
And then after that, what did I do? I put together a conference at Northwest, called it TAP. It was Technology Arts Progression. We had student speakers, and it was I'm not like, I got over the embarrassment, because it was just one of those things you learn from it. Like, probably about 15 people showed up altogether.
Hey, but at the end of the day,
like,
man,
yeah.
15 people, that's hey.
Right. And I think it was like $5 or whatever entry. So made a little something off of that, but it was fun, and it was definitely for a great cause.
Something a start.
Right, yeah, and because I look at it now and put a lot of work into it, got some support from like the Arts and Science Council. Like, I was just one of promotional sponsors. Like, y'all got the following, y'all just helped me push this, and so just doing that. Did my first show, I guess concert in, Greensboro, a little pizza joint. We packed the place out. Made a couple $100 off of that.
Hey.
Like, me and a business partner actually were in the same program.
Man. Hey.
So it's like, you don't like not having some of the opportunities that you want. It'll push you in a direction to go out and maybe do something even better or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I just like you, I look back and I'm like, dang, like, I'm glad some of these things didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I feel like everything is meant for a reason.
Right.
Like, I don't dwell on things that maybe I didn't get as far as a position somewhere at the time where I felt like times were rough. It just, everything's meant to be. If it ain't meant to be, something else is coming in store. You just got to be a little more patient, be a little more humble with it, and just keep focused, no distractions. But that's, I believe in things like that.
Yeah.
I believe in, I guess what they call it, superstitious. It ain't meant to be just anything. I believe in that.
Yeah.
So where I'm at now, I really don't have no regrets. It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm thinking about this now too, because a lot of people tend to be surprised. I have 4 sisters. I'm the middle of all 4 as well.
Oh shit, you J. Cole, the middle child.
But with a lot of people that know me, some people that know me well, they wouldn't even have guessed it.
Yeah.
And just like a part of it, I'll probably say is for my upbringing, like just in doing some of the things that I've done, learning to become independent and really being independent of other people around me.
Yeah.
And not following the crowd or because I know my oldest sister went to Northwest as well.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the biggest things for me was just trying to get out that shadow, man. Like, it's like, oh, you love little brother. Like, yeah. Like, can I not just be me? Like, just Cliff. Like, but it's it's all good at the end of the day. But it's just like, like, know me for me, what I do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, because I wanted to be the same thing for her. Like, oh, so because if I, my plan to blow up with this podcast, I don't want people to look at her like, oh, your brother is the one that, like, nah, she doing her own thing, I'm doing my own thing. Yeah. But yet still be able to recognize that we related and stuff like that. Because I always telling people like, it's like, if you notice how I move, like, you would get that vibe from me because I'm just so independent. So that was that was a good talk, man. That it's all that's the fun thing about this. We always line something up, and I always tell people the cool thing about it. You don't know which way anything's going to go with this.
Yeah, I feel like this is good therapy for anybody when it comes to just projecting your voice, expressing yourself. Yeah, that's everything is judge free or whatever you want to call it. Nobody's judging nobody. It's just really therapy to just converse. Like just fellowship, man.
Exactly.
Without the shenanigans, man. I like the stuff, and I listen to a lot of them, and I like this.
Yeah, man. It's like just having, for me, it's just about having dope people on,
Yeah.
man. Like
Oh,
dope,
yeah.
like you said, dope people, dope conversation,
Yeah.
and really just talking about things that people talk about on a regular basis. Like, and being able to, because like some of these people may look at you and look at some of the other guests I
Yeah.
have on, and they see them in this light,
Yeah.
but then I have them on here. They still. No matter what they're doing, no matter
Yeah.
how successful they are, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they just like us. They think about some of the same things, and having some of these same
Exactly
conversations
right,
when they're
man.
not, doing whatever they do on
Yeah.
a daily. So, yeah, man, that's why I just love having this platform. That's why I call it the SANE Show, the show about nothing and everything. Cause literally, like people be asking me like, so. What, like, they're like, SANE Show, what's that? Show about nothing and everything. And they're like, oh, okay,
I like that. I
right.
like that.
And it's like, what is it about? I'm like, well, it's about literally nothing and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Just simple.
Right.
Simple things in life
Yeah.
is what make life everything.
right. It's one of those things too. It's like I don't want people to overcomplicate the concept of the show. Like it's literally like don't think too deep into it. You look at the episodes, like okay, yeah, they. Like I remember I had somebody listen and he came back to me and he was like, yeah, y'all just chatting on it. Yeah, man. But it's like you want people to be able to get something from it as well at the same time. Because like that's my thing, having productive conversations and spreading that positive energy
all about
with everybody else and whatnot. So that's the best platform for it because at the end of the day, not only is it for me, it's for everybody that's listening, and it's for people like you that come on here that's got something going on, and I want to be able to use my platform to benefit you and whatnot. So, with that being said, because I told the listeners that and the people viewing that, it's going to let them get to know you a little bit, know about what you do, your music, and all that kind of stuff. So, I know how you got into it, but let the listeners know how did you get into it?
Getting into music, my dad was in a marching band at West Charlotte and John C. Smith. And I got the art side of things from my mom. She did art.
Word.
And so, I don't know, my cousins and my family, there was more diverse into listening to music or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I get everything from CeeLo Green, which is Nas Barkley now, or I get some of Wu-Tang from my cousin. And then cousin Aaron, he listened to No Doubt. And so just me being outside of the box as far as schools I went to, as far as like community charter school downtown, they listen to more rock. So I had all this music combined into one. So I inherited a whole diversity of listening to music, different types of music. And so from that, I was at that age where, as you're young, you're trying to find yourself, which is anything, terribly sucked at sports. And so as far as with music, I don't know, just you hear that beat, just start as a little kid just making noise. Sometimes that noise turn into a nice rhythm. And then from there, I use music as more as, I guess you could say, my journal or diary or whatnot. I write stuff down. I still got stuff till today from years ago. You play beats, write stuff down, but I never actually presented it to anybody like what you think until I went to Northwest and started doing music with other dudes and started recording stuff. And then at first you record and you hear your voice like, oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so after that, you brush up on your skills a little bit more, figure out your wordplay, figure out your niche and how to come in with certain rhythms or whatnot. And then from there, once you master that down, man, that's, I guess, rapping. I wouldn't say rapping, but I guess the artistry of me was born. I started music at a young age, man. Just it being in the bloodline of who my parents were, really, whatnot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So I remember, and when I talk about you to other people, like, because I remember it was a big thing when we were in school too, and people were always, you know where I'm going.
I know exactly.
Look, it's so funny that you really, I guess, took and embraced it.
Yeah. The crazy thing about
Lil
that,
Wayne comparison.
The crazy thing about that.
Go ahead.
I remember the crazy thing about that. I never, when I be out with places with people, like, from high school and now, like back then, Friday nights, go to the game or meet up at the mall.
Right.
I know they had the nickname that they call me, but I never used that name. I always used my real name.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just
Has anybody ever come up to you?
yeah, all the time. It's a little different now, but
Yeah.
back then, oh yeah, man. That's when
I guess because he ain't buzzing like he was back in the
pictures.
2000s.
I still got on Facebook. Go to old tag pictures. I still when people used to take pictures with me and shit.
Yeah.
And of course, they had a thing where, cause I remember GT Jamil had the shit where he's known as Milan High Tower now.
Yeah.
He had the little event downtown at the Imaginon,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had my dude TJ, which is also Fly Now. We used to we did like a T-Pain and Wayne little thing, got money, and people went crazy. That was that.
When you came on stage.
Yeah. that whole Imaginon shit was crowded. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yo, imagine if social media was popping like it is now. It's like, hey, everybody would have been on Gram, would have been on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Wayne just pulled up in the building. Y'all need to come out and see this joint.
Crazy. But now, like, I don't know. Like, I guess the reason I never really said, hey, my name Weezy, whatnot, because, like, even though I guess I favored similar facials with dude, but I don't know. I always been me. Like, I always skateboard, been a weird dude, so it ain't like I was trying to pretend to be somebody because
Yeah.
that's, I sucked at sports, so I just happened to pick up a skateboard, and I remember my first skateboard was a cheap Kmart skateboard, but I don't know. I found my niche on what I like to do, just music, skate, and just any type of extreme sport there is.
Word.
So it came natural. It ain't like I'm on in there like, oh, let me see the outfit, blah blah. It just everything come natural.
Right.
Everything,
Right.
I put my own swag, steez to whatever fabrics I put on, and stuff like that.
So I've been watching your social media.
Yeah.
And
I gotta get more social, man. I stay too much
do.
to myself, but I'm gonna get more social, man. And I build my fan base up and start investing money to promoting around the city because it's about that time.
Well, I see you're doing more shows. You're around the right people. You had a chance to meet and chop it up with Master P and some other people. You gotten on some stages and opened up for some people as well. How I guess being where you are now.
Yeah.
How are things going for you? And I guess because I don't want to say like
go
are
ahead.
things going perfect? You know what I mean? I don't want to say like because for me it's like. You ask me how things are going with this right now. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's like, hey, I'm heading in the direction I want to go.
How things going as far as with the music?
Yeah. Like how, like just the not just the music, but just everything else surrounding the music. Like just the opportunities you're getting. Like
it's the music is good. Once you get more into the music and get more behind the scenes with what goes on with music, as far as putting together shows, it's totally different from being the person. Being the audience. And the way music is now, it's more of the mumble rap area of music right now. So with people actually spitting real shit, it's a bit of a crutch right now, but what I learned about getting serious with music now, you really gotta like actually step out your comfort zone and network, speak up, and just really put yourself out there. You really gotta really sell yourself.
Yeah.
For yourself to get heard, because it's one thing doing showcases here and there, but when you actually trying to like make this part of your life, your career, your only income, it gets a little tricky with it. But the music part of it is a process. I'm still every day perfecting, watching what goes on in the music industry, the music world, literally mental notes, coming up with ideas, visuals. Really, that's really about it. But
what's the toughest part of it?
The toughest part about it is getting yourself heard. So
now when you say getting yourself heard, because there's two ways it can go. It's like getting yourself heard by the masses or getting yourself heard by the right people. So the A&Rs, the label heads.
Well, yeah,
and all
the
that
right
kind of
people, because like I had a conversation. Me and my girl was talking about this, and there's be some days where there'd be some days where you get frustrated. You're like, man, fuck this rap shit, because I feel like music is gonna be with me regardless.
Yeah.
Because I was already set up with a career where like I'm be good either way. But me and my girl was talking about like nowadays, I feel like with the music world, music industry, or whatever you want to call it, I feel like that you gotta do. It seems like people acknowledge more the dumb shit you do than the music. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know. Say, I don't know. Like for an example.
So would you? So when you, I think I got an idea of where you're going, because when you say the dumb stuff that people do, almost like the things that people do, and I don't want to. This isn't
like,
the best
oh,
example.
he knocked the old lady down. While
Right,
he rapping his
right,
music.
right. And not to say
you know
that.
me for knocking the old lady down instead of like listening to my music. Shit like that.
And I hate this. I'm not trying to, anybody listening, I'm not trying to discredit the baby by any chance. But people are now saying like he only blew up, or a large part of why he blew up is because of that incident that happened at Walmart. And it's
I can get why people would say that.
And I guess I do too. I can totally understand that, because that made headlines and everything, and especially with all his associations.
Yeah.
And so now it's like people, and because I guess like, and that's why I say I don't want to discredit anything he's the work that he's put in to get to where he is. But it's just that it's those kind of things that, and again, not to say he did it.
Yeah.
And that this was something he was trying to make happen anyway, just in the store minding his business. But it just happened to be one of those unfortunate things that happened that, boom, everybody recognizes this. Okay, what about the music?
Yeah, that's one good example right there. Just stuff like that. It's just a lot of fuckery that deals with it. And like, for instance, like I don't know, one of the considered colorful haired dudes that just be saying bullshit in the music.
Yeah.
And compared to a J. Cole, which is spitting real shit, of course people will be more involved in the entertainment of it instead of actually hearing what this man got to say. But at the end of the day, the entertainment part of it, soon that well will run dry, because a lot of people are doing it. Everybody just a bunch of trend set riders to where like, oh, this is what they doing to get on. It's a bunch of chameleons in the music industry.
Yeah.
So once they figure out, oh, that's the shit to do to ride, and then once that's over, and in reality, they don't even know themselves. They don't even know what they like to do. They just riding trends to get famous with anything else. I call them soldier boys of the rap industry.
Yeah.
One day you want to sound like Lil B. One day you Young Draco.
Right.
One day you this or that. It's just crazy. So.
Understood.
Yeah,
So with that being said, because here now it's a thing of quality versus quantity.
Oh man,
in the rap game in particular, I feel like there's a divide.
Yeah.
On that, on a strong, it's a nice little riff. It's like the darn Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
You got your J. Cole's, your Kendrick Lamar's, and all your lyrical people on one side of it, and then you got your your Tekashi 6ix9ine and your Lil Uzis and all them on the other side of it. And I guess the thing that really disheartens me about the whole thing is that it leads to a split within the fan base too.
Yeah. See that right there. Once whatever energy or whatever it is that you put inside the industry, the music world, they're gonna want that back. And then people don't realize, like, you get older.
Yeah.
You get older, and this something fucking your bitch, soon that shit gets old.
Yeah.
Just like J. Cole's song, was it 1985? Like, you listen to that, that's real shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta leave something for people to hear. Like, I really truly believe quality over quantity, because people put out microwavable music just to stay warm instead of putting out shit where you take your time.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be rich or famous? And I feel like a lot of people in this music world want to be famous instead of rich. It's crazy.
Interesting.
That's the why, like, sometimes when they have events in Charlotte, as far as like maybe the head act, I don't know, let's say for an example, I did a show for Lil Baby, not Lil Baby, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby, yeah.
From the audience, when you see opening acts, you would think they're paid to be there, but they're not. They gotta pay to perform. You know, it's a difference. It's a totally different ball game.
It's almost like an advertising opportunity.
Yeah,
you know, they bring, because they're bringing out the crowd. And,
it's a totally different world as far as with the music because really, I can't even quote the saying. I forgot who said it, but really, it's more business and less music involving the music industry, and that's crazy. There's more business with it, and then actual music.
So it's like we're trying to sell. We're just trying to find ways to sell things now, almost. Like, is it marketable?
Yeah, it's just all business.
So let me ask you this. I was going to ask you this question earlier, but I'm glad I'm asking it now because Skate Be Dope, and Lawan, are they? Is there any difference? Because I understand, like, with some acts, there's the artist and there's the person.
Yeah.
And sometimes, in which I believe that there should be that divide.
Yeah.
But with some people, like, the artist and the person are night and day.
Yeah.
And with others, the artist and the person, they may not be the exact person or the exact same individual, but they closely align with each other. Is that the same? Like, I guess, what's the situation with Lawan and Skate Be Dope?
Skate Be Dope is a guy that does music. He's an artist. He's creating. He's just presenting his art, his creativity to whoever listen. Lawan is Tanja Robinson's son. Lawan is Warren Hall's son. You know, Lawan is the oldest brother of siblings. You know,
they share the same value.
Yeah. Yeah and no. No, I feel like Skate Be Dope is more in the creative part of me, and then Lawan is like back to reality of things. After I get off stage, that was Skate Be Dope, but when I hop in the car to go home, it's Lawan now because I'm back to reality. Because, you know, for those 10 minutes on stage, I'm showing you what I created as far as with Skate Be Dope. When I'm at home, it's Lawan. Let me see what this Duke Power Bill say. I gotta answer the phone, mom, dad, or little brothers or sisters, or hell, boyfriend, whatever, of my girl. I want to just make sure that I don't want to say some other shit,
Yeah. So, man, now. So, dude, because some people I think about this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And the more I do it, like, I try to, one of the things I know you want to do is be authentic with everything. But it's just like, the more I do this, at least think about me, and having done this, it's like, okay, there's Cliff, the host of the SANE Show, and then there's Cliff, and then there's the SANE Show. And I know one of the things I think about, like, have I separated myself from the SANE Show? Because when people look at the SANE Show, I want them to look at it as its own entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being hosted by me.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I think about it, especially when you do something so much, and it's like there's a lot of redundancy.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, man, like, and that's one of my biggest concerns early on was like, am I being real?
Yeah.
Am I just because I don't want to just come on and be a host. Oh, welcome to the SANE Show, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, keep it authentic. You know what I mean? Like, I want people because I want to be able to get on the mic and people listen to me and still be able to say that's Cliff. That's the guy. That's a Cliff I know. You know what I mean? And but when he's not recording, they be like, that's the same guy, but he's just not hosting the show right now. He's not. You know what I mean? So
the people that'll bring you back down to like say for instance, the people that truly love you is the people that's like, okay, that's Cliff. Your listeners, Like you say, that's Cliff from the SANE Show. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like just me hosting the show.
Yeah,
like the show is its own thing. I'm just here hosting.
Yeah, your listeners. That's one thing I was told. I watch Everyday Struggle on Complex.
Mm-hmm.
For an example, the people that listen, I feel like the people that listen feel like they know you.
Right.
But at home, you know people that actually know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that really what separates you being on the SANE Show from actually being Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, you're out and about. It's people that listen to you are like, oh, my God, autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can just go home, go to the corner store. Hey, Cliff, you know, keep it moving, you know,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, there's certain things in life that separate what makes you feel like you could just breathe. You know, you ain't got to.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy. And, you know, because one of the things I said recently was like, man, this used to feel like a hobby.
Yeah.
But it feels like I'm running a business now. You know, it's like it's so much involved in it.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like with the music industry, like
Yeah.
it gets more of a business than actually the music sometimes.
Right.
And
And you know, one of the things I think about with this
yeah,
is, you know, because I enjoy doing it, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to, and that's why I have a team now. You know, I've recently brought on a business manager.
Nice.
Shout out to Jabri. Shout out to Josh. I don't know if you're still watching. Josh is my talent guy and my street team guy.
Hey.
Shout out to Gray. He's the marketing guy.
It's always good to
we
have
got
a
a lot
team
of other
behind
people.
you.
Yeah. And Mal, my co-host. We got Mal, Kim, and Kyle.
Hey.
I'll speak more on them later. But you know, it's like, because one of the things Gray said to me, he's like, dude, you sound like you overworked. When you're not recording, like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, I am. You know, I need to, because like one of the things I don't want to happen is I get so bogged down and try to push the same show,
Yeah.
you know, being editing, distributing, you know, lining people up, trying to think of topics where it's like, I need to really focus on the creative because that same energy that I had when I started this, I want to have that same energy.
See, and that's good. You got people on your team that value just you because say if you just hire somebody instead of actually them knowing you or just knowing them. Say if you hire somebody knowing the business,
Right.
then of course if they feel like they can run you as a machine until you crash, but you actually got true genuine people around you to know that this also a business. Also know that my man Cliff is human and that's my friend,
Right.
and I know when to pause the brakes and make sure
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's whoo.
you got some people out there that just don't value, you know,
Because sorry to cut you off, because you know what that made me think of?
yeah,
That's how things become so commercial.
exactly.
Because when you look at like some of these people and like you was rocking with them when in the beginning, and then you see where they are, it's like, man,
exactly.
you let it get a hold of you, and now it's like I don't even. This ain't the same.
Yeah, man. That's when you sell. That's when you. I feel like you sell your soul.
Yeah.
I feel like when you sell
and
your
that,
soul.
you know, I think about that now. It's like that's scary.
Yeah.
It really is.
Because like, man, like some of these people, man, I don't know. Just like you just gotta have the right people around you. Drink plenty of water. Pray.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Because man, you can wake up the next day like, what the fuck am I doing? All these tattoos on my body? You know, this crazy shit. Like, because eventually everybody had a time.
Right.
And you gotta have people around you to know, like, okay, you gotta move on to something else or something else or something else or something else.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know, just long as you got a good team with you that values your friendship more than the business, then that's everything.
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
everything.
because you know, a few days ago, I actually had I sit down with a few people and that are looking to invest, and I'm just like, they're not worried about the return.
Oh.
You know, I was just like, at least not now. Of course,
Yeah.
you know, that's a long-term goal,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, man, like, look, man, I don't want you to do, like, I was like, I just don't want to let you down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm just thinking about the pressure that I would put myself under. And it's like, man, don't worry. That's why you got a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
man.
why we are having meetings, and so that you can be strategic about this and do what you need to do.
Hey man,
get into the right
sometimes
places.
when you sign that record deal, sometimes it's okay to take that 20,000 instead of that 100,000 because with that 100,000 you got to pay that back.
Right.
You know, but at 20,000, it's less of a stress on
Yeah.
getting out the red
Yeah.
with everything, you know.
Because the thing for me is like I always tell people like, look, it's a slow and steady process.
Oh yeah,
and
man.
You got to be smart about how you're going about moving, and that's why I invested in a freaking planner. I'm writing everything down now.
Hey,
I got
that's what I'm doing now. My calendar, 'cause, man, I have so much shit on my mind.
And also just something else doing too is making sure that I'm sharing everything with everybody. Like really, because if you got a team, like let these people help you.
Yeah, that's my one thing.
Yeah.
My pride getting away with a lot of things,
Yeah.
but I learned to let people help me. I learned to like actually raise my hand. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've learned how to ask questions now because man, like, and shit, and that's just the stages of maturing into the adulting world,
especially like being a creative man when it's like,
Yeah,
this is my baby, man. Like, don't mess this up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
exactly.
And I appreciate Josh for this. He has so many ideas, and he came to me one idea, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, and then he gave me another idea, about taking a trip to Vegas and recording, and I excuse my language, but I said, man, fuck you. So but at the end of the day, I understand he's helping. But that's kind of people I need around me because those are the kind of things that as long as at the end of the day, as long as of course it falls in line with the greater vision and all that other kind of good stuff. So I'm glad like. It's always good being able, talk to somebody that can relate. And I always talk about that too, and I laugh. I was like, man, I know what these music artists go through now a little bit. I'm like, it's podcasting, it's not music, but I'm like, a lot of those
It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah, a lot of those same elements that apply to what y'all do. Same thing on my side. So experiencing a lot of those same things. I'm trying to go on tour now.
Hey.
So man. But that was a great talk. You got any shows coming up? Anything like that you want to shout out? Put out there for the listeners. Your social media.
I'm so terrible with dates right now. But matter of fact, let me see.
Pull out the calendar.
We got shout out to K Fox, the DJ K Fox. We got We Up Next concert, which is March 14th. 2131 Central Avenue with my dudes I do music with, Wire, Young Regs X, which you can also find our music on iTunes and Spotify, Young Regs X. We also got some upcoming shows with Wire Fan Lucci, I think.
Word.
Yeah, it's coming soon. I wish I knew the exact dates, but I always get phone calls and forget them because at the end of the day, I'm chasing a dream while I'm also driving trucks in reality as far as my career. So sometimes I hit stuff over the road and forget to write it down. And Wi-Fi and Lucci, then we got Plies. And then on top of that, I'm just trying to find ways to build the music up to where my name will be something one day and whatnot.
It will.
Heck yeah.
It will. Day by day, it's definitely getting there. So I've gotten into that mode where I claim that jump, man.
Yeah.
So,
and all social media. I only just do Instagram and Twitter. But on Instagram, follow me at SkateBeDope. SK8 BDOPE. SkateBeDope. Follow me on Instagram. I definitely follow back. I also, just fuck with me. SoundCloud, same thing. SoundCloud/SkateBeDope.
So y'all heard the man.
Yeah.
Check him out. Go check if you're in the area.
Shout out to the SANE Show.
Thank you. If you're in the area, definitely go check out his show. Download his music. They can find you where?
Just on SoundCloud with the music right now.
Okay.
But with the group, Young Regs X, you can find on iTunes and Spotify. Young Regs X, YRE. But stay tuned for visuals. Stay tuned for merch. Stay tuned for just riding, pulling up to your local cookout and talking on the intercom and seeing my sticker, so you can actually know who the hell I am, because it's about to be some real investments, some real movement started. That's about to go on.
It's lit. There you go. Check them out. Show some love and support. Upcoming artists, SkateBeDope. And if you haven't done so already, and I'm disappointed if you haven't and you're listening, follow the SANE Show. catch us on Instagram, SANE_show, SANE_show. Same thing on Twitter, SANE_show. You can find us on Facebook, The SANE Show. We're on 11 different streaming platforms, all the major platforms. So be sure to go listen. Episode 18. Appreciate
18.
you, stopping through, bro. And
man, I appreciate you, man, for real.
Peace.
Real talk,
Yeah, man. For real. We actually got Michaela coming on. KK is coming on the next episode of the SANE Show. So, but this is episode 18. Thank you guys for listening from the U.S. to the U.K. to Canada.
Hey.
Really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Your support means a lot. Continue liking, sharing, and subscribing, and check out all the people that have come on here. That's the SANE Show, episode 18. We're out.